Good.
That's the meat lovers or something.
Okay.
Wow.
John, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
So this is Chad Pritchett's company. He has
John, can you hear us?
Yeah,
one right here and
Yeah.
one in
Yes.
Provo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Thank you.
I think they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're my favorite pizza, but I like a thicker crust myself.
Okay.
We're doing a tour of all the pizzas in Orem.
She said,
Personally, that's what I feel is Lucy's is the best.
Where is it?
Just right here. We had it, I think, our first meeting of the year with
next
Lucy's.
time,
Run out of places unless we want to dip down to like Little Caesars next time or something.
All right.
Okay. Well, we'll turn it over to you, Michael.
Okay.
John is online, and Alex will probably join online as well.
Okay, so the first item on the agenda is summer concert series review. Yeah, you were already saying some things about this, so you have some ideas.
I have a comment.
Okay.
I think we should continue the summer series all throughout until the farmer's market is over. We can get musicians who will come and perform free. I know a guy who is connected to all the musicians in Utah County. I got so many musicians who will come and play at no cost. All we gotta do is put up our sound system, and I think now you got a sense of community. It's okay to play the music, but live music makes it great.
I agree. It adds the vibes.
So I propose next year we do it all year.
I went to 3 of them.
Mhm.
I thought they were all excellent. The one band kept going and going after the hour.
Who was that?
It's one of the first ones.
Geneva Road? Was it like the very first one?
And so I'm awkward. I'm trying to close and thank him, and then I said, "Is it okay if you keep going?" And I said, "That'd be fine," but I think they went like another half an hour, which is fine.
Uh-huh.
But it's awkward. Okay. It's awkward to kind of try to break them and then I guess let them go. And it's not a big deal. I agree. The Wednesday nights were great.
Yeah.
And they were all fantastic. There was quite a few in the crowd, and I agree. Let's keep doing it.
Through October.
I don't like the idea of not paying people because it's their time, and I don't know.
They love it though. They would love it. And it gives them a way to get out.
They'd rather be paid than if you ask them.
They love being paid.
They'd rather be, okay, they'd rather perform, number one. They'd rather be paid $300, number two. They'd rather, $500, but
Yeah.
they want to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I say, bring them, and if they're good, really good, we say, hey, you come and perform for free this year. Maybe next year we will hire you.
Oh, like a tryout?
I just tell you to budget the 300 or whatever we pay through the whole.
And that's
Is it 3 months? 3 months.
So it's a 6-week run, and it's $400 per band.
Okay. And then how long does the farmers market go?
The farmers market starts in May and goes through October,
Oh,
so it's long. But
I don't know if I'd start it in May. I would probably do it July, August, September. I don't know.
well, that's what we pretty much are, but
If we start doing that for 3 months, and especially if we ask people to do it for nothing, is the quality of the concerts going to not be up to what we'd like?
it's a
And what
possibility.
we've done for those 6.
Yeah.
I say, who cares? Music. Everyone loves music. We don't need great performers. We just need music. And if there's horrible, okay. But I've never heard anyone horrible. I'm like, they're a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, they play the harmonica. That's different or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not going to be crappy and come up there and play.
Yeah. They have to be vetted, right?
Oh, yeah.
They go through the screening process and all that.
Yeah, and this guy I know, he knows them. He'll know how to put on a good quality show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, they're out there just chomping at the bit,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find somewhere they can play.
One thought I had as I was kind of like out there this summer, what if we were going to expand it, what if we did more than just concerts? Like, I was thinking about the grassroots Shakespeare people
Yeah,
or Cries of Freedom. We do something other than just your standard band.
great.
We could do a choir,
Yeah,
Yeah, anything.
There could be some other types of, we could do some dance groups,
yeah, I think that's a great
just
idea.
like really expand that. And like, it would be awesome to give our care recipients the opportunity to perform.
That's a good idea.
You know, because we're
If they can, yeah.
yeah.
See, then I would open it up the whole time the farmers market
Hmm.
is going, because there's times like for me, in my group, I can only perform in like May and June, that's it.
Uh huh.
And so I think if we open it up for more time,
My question is, who's coordinating? Is this Karina? And do you have time to do that much?
Yes,
all
I
you got,
make the time.
yeah, all you gotta do is get a sound system up.
Uh-huh.
Well, and what are the other costs? Because
So we do have
it
to pay.
sounds easy to say put a sound system,
Yeah.
but there's a process and people
Yeah.
and
Yeah, so we pay for the 2 sound technicians that are out there. You know, whatever their hourly rate is. You know, so we pay them a couple hours every Wednesday. So that's the only other cost is their time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And another performance that, like, if we're talking about expanding, like, one of my favorite things was the Sierra acting up
Mhm.
at Orem Fest. Like, I loved having those students out there performing. I thought it was just such a fun
Mhm.
mix of performances. So I think we should
Right.
use that as well.
I think we use this as a place for Orem to get up on stage and show what they have. You know, and also,
I think it still has to be vetted though. I mean, even grassroots, they're doing some things that are kind of crazy.
Are they?
Now, well, they just did a
No.
whole drag show,
Oh no.
oh yeah, no,
Shakespeare drag, you know,
Yeah.
and
not doing that.
Oh, that would be funny.
Did you go to that?
no. But I'm just saying, even these groups that are reputable and do great things still need to be vetted, and we need to know what they're doing.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So my question to you is,
I don't know if I totally agree with the open mic.
Not open mic, I didn't say that. Vet 'em, but be a
do you
little
want to
more
go the
open.
whole like 5 months or whatever we're doing, or do you want to just do like the summer series, or you just want to do?
So
I think it's capacity for. It's easy for us to say do it. It's capacity. You have to
Yeah.
arrange it, talk to the
Bandwidth.
people.
Yeah.
True, but we're talking about the city of Orem, man. I'd say we make it happen for them. There's hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's not performance.
Yeah,
it's the
it's-
person
No, I
who's
know.
coordinating.
No, I know
Yeah,
that.
thank you. I think it's definitely something, the summer concert series, we were talking about this being like a season thing, like we just do it the 4 times a year and we do the concert. Am I mixing 2 different things?
Yeah, so this is a 6-week run where
This is the,
during the summer, every week, every Wednesday at
it's
the farmer's
every
market.
Wednesday, and
Yeah.
it goes until October, because then,
Well, are you done? Isn't it
It's
July,
over.
August? Yeah,
Yeah.
July, August.
So it starts like right in the middle of July and then goes to like the end of August.
and then with our plans, it'll be starting up, that market, starting back up again in December.
Yeah. My personal thought is just not doing anything until after Orem Fest is over.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
you know,
would
the week after Orem Fest,
Busy.
we could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because Orem Fest is the first week of June, and so if it is the summer to, I think that would be way more doable on my end. Where if it's after Orem Fest, then I can do it until October. That's no problem.
What is the attendance been? I mean, a lot of them have happened on either outdoor movie nights or other nights where I wasn't able to attend, but is it time to expand because the attendance is where we want it to be? Or is it better to build it a little bit more before we talk about expanding it more?
I think there's an appetite for it. You know, maybe only get 100 people there watching it, but people are walking by. It creates an atmosphere. It creates something that people want to come to now.
Because that's what you were trying to say. That's what you were saying to me, Scott, is that you know, you were there a week where it was going,
Yeah.
and then you were there a week when it wasn't.
And
there was
cool.
There was a big difference, right?
Big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know our attendance at all? And I was there. I wouldn't say it was packed, but there were at least people with lawn chairs all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say at our best show we probably had 250, maybe 300.
Yeah.
But then you got
And your worst?
Worst, maybe less than 100. You know,
But you got to count all those people that are there at the farmers.
there's a lot of people milling around, having dinner.
Yeah, I mean, they get benefit from that. They go, this is cooler because of this concert.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's
Is it
like-
just one band per, like, it's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
2 of them? Okay.
Yeah, it's just one.
Okay.
It's just for an hour.
Just for an hour?
Yeah.
Just an hour, unless they keep going.
Right.
Yeah. Let's
Mhm.
play you off the stage.
You got rained out twice, right?
Yeah.
And then you rescheduled them.
Yeah, that was tough, but
A couple of those rainouts were called, I think, a little bit early.
well, the
Because-
one was a monsoon.
Well, yeah, but there was one that was, it looked like it would, but then at 5 or 6, it cleared completely up.
Yeah, and honestly, it has nothing really to do with the rain. It's the lightning. Like the city's policy is, if lightning has struck within 7 miles, then we have to close it down.
Alright. Does that mean you close down everything?
We canceled the market too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I be able to get in contact with this guy that you know that knows all of these
Yeah,
bands?
definitely.
That would be awesome.
I'll just text him his information right now.
Perfect.
Well, to me, it's her bandwidth. Definitely after Orem Fest. I give you 2 weeks after that to kind of decompress. And then you've got Harvest Festival in October, so is September too much to do?
No, I think it's definitely doable, especially because it's just the one night. It's more coordinating, just making sure that, hey, you're signed up, all of that stuff. I think it's definitely doable, but I do think after Orem Fest would probably be the best way to do it.
And I mean, we had 60 bands apply to be part of it,
Oh, wow.
and we could only take 6.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah.
Those 60, you got plenty.
Because I mean,
to pick from.
there's probably like what, 12 good ones?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's also just good for me to know
I don't
all these
want-
bands.
I don't want to be snooty.
You are the music guy.
Please, be snooty.
It's an opinion though, what's
But-
good, bad in music.
No, you know good and bad when you see it.
But we had 60 people that we listened to,
No,
and some of them I wouldn't want to listen to.
no.
And that's what I'm afraid of, if we just kind of open it up and
No.
say, we're not
No.
gonna pay, we're not gonna do this.
No, I think you pay them, and she has,
That,
you
Yeah,
have some
that's
vetting
good.
done, either by you or him, or, whatever.
Oh, for sure. There's definitely going to be a screening process, just because because it is live music, we do have to be very sensitive with, children and families and everyone's coming. So screening them and making sure that they play the appropriate music, they say appropriate things. But I have no worries about that. The more people that apply, the more options that we have to choose from.
there you go.
And that's what I was gonna kind of say is, it is subjective a little bit by type of music, whether, but if we have a set of criteria, family friendliness at the top of that criteria,
Yeah,
then that will help weed out. Even if it is a music that Scott likes that you don't like, if it's not for all ages, it's not considered.
so no 5-finger cover band.
Ska music.
No bagpipe.
Bagpipe.
It's offensive to families.
I'm kidding. I love bagpipe.
Because the Thomas Cordner Pipe Band, of which I'm a member, would love to come.
That would be fun.
Well, they play over here in the library and stuff.
You can do that Death Finger one, but that will be the last one in October, and it just gets like everyone in the spooky
Very.
vibe.
So I'd recommend you pay, and it sounds like we're gonna grow at least 6 or 7 more shows,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean, we probably have the funds, it just has to be approved for the budget. Unfortunately, I won't be on council to steer that through,
Yeah.
but I think I think there's power in paying people. I think it,
Yeah.
You get the
It's
quality.
serious.
I mean, if they wanna do free, they can come to Orem's Got Talent, right?
Yeah.
In Orem Fest.
There's other opportunities to be free.
So that's my recommendation. I don't know who will be on our council, but put in your budget, try to put it through. I don't think it's unreasonable, and I think with this council, if you say family friendly, that's a very big thing to many of us. That is your summer. This is a free family activity. We're screened for quality, family friendly, I think was the word. I don't think $2,400 is gonna.
And we wouldn't have, the first year, we wouldn't have to go from 6 to 24.
Yeah.
I mean, we
6 to 24 performances?
6 to 24 performances, or 18.
I think you're looking at about 12 if I'm doing the math right.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
So you're 2 in June, the one you already have, add 2 more in August, and then, so 6, and maybe 8 more,
It'd be
8
No.
more. And
So even looking at possibly doubling that, I do think you need to look at it in a year from now and say, and look at the attendance, and really analyze the demand,
Yeah.
right? Because there's the public side of it, but there's the performer side of it, but there's also the public side of it, and if there's just not a demand for 18 or 24,
I mean,
let's
even if
keep it at 10.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Even if we take the 2 in June and we just start in July, so let June just be focused on Orem Fest and the vibe of that, and then we just start in July, so then that gets rid of at least 2 other ones,
And then
save
July to
some money,
September.
and then it just goes
I
from
think-
July to October.
I think we should not try to get rid of stuff. I think we should try to add some, it's my opinion, because, okay, if we can afford it and it's good, look, I've been there at every farmer's market. It's growing.
It is.
It's getting bigger, and the music makes it, I don't know how much better, but it's better every time. If you have that, people are like, man, this is the coolest town, coolest city, you know, you get this feeling of, man, they're doing something for me
Yeah.
as a citizen of Orem. So some things you just do. You don't try to skimp out on. You know what I mean?
But doubling your performance is not skimping, it's doubling,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Could we also do it this way where this next summer we do add on maybe just like 4 or 6 shows, and then we actually do a lot of like statistics of figuring out exactly how many people are attending. So then the next year it's like, okay, we can add on another 4 shows because we feel like the attendance is high enough.
I wouldn't. I'd go for it, man. It's great. You just say, we got the money, let's do it. You know what I mean? We don't analyze the heck out of it. We know it's good.
Yeah.
It's helping people. $2,400 is nothing. Let's put it on.
Well, that was for 6 more shows, the 2,100, so that's
8 more
double.
is like
But you also have 200
$3,000.
a night for sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a budget item that we want? I guess. I think it's worthwhile.
The
That's what I
reason
said.
that we used to do it
On Monday nights.
starting in June,
Mhm.
but we switched to do it starting in July, so that the entire concert series is on one fiscal year.
Oh, that's right, because of the
July
grant.
1. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
July 1's our fiscal
I
year.
guess is that important?
Not anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it was at the time because all the concerts were being paid for out of this state grant that they received.
Yeah, but now it's just out of the.
But now it's just basically a care.
So who
thing.
cares? It's in June,
Yeah.
May.
Yeah. So that is a good point to bring up. That's why we were doing it the way we were. But
Yeah.
I think doubling is good to start. I think that's, I mean, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I think double is good. Analyze, see where we're at.
I
So
go
that's-
with, my vote is we add, start right after Orem Fest and play it right to the end of October. That's mine.
So 6 versus 8 shows, is that what we're saying?
No,
so next year it looks like there'd be 3 in June,
12,
14,
14.
5 in July,
14 shows.
and then 4 more in August, 4 in September,
So
and
what's your
then
total there?
14.
14.
I say we go from 6 to 14. That's my,
Well, there's gonna be some weeks where we're not gonna want to do it because, like,
Holidays.
yeah, holidays like the July 24th is a Wednesday next
Oh.
year. July 3rd is a
Although
Wednesday.
what-
Wouldn't
what
you
would
want
we
to do
do?
it July
Yeah.
24th?
the holidays.
Well, you're just competing with other things, you know, like the
But-
mall has their big, blowout, and
So
there's
does
all kinds of.
Provo, yeah, Provo has their Pioneer event, but I mean.
Don't you guys do a Pioneer thing, Adam?
It depends where it falls.
Where it falls?
But this is in
Mine
the
will probably
evening
be on
though.
Monday night.
Yeah, this
Most
is.
of those other events are in the morning. This one would still continue to be in the evening.
Oh
It
yeah.
would still be something that
Always
people
in
can
the
do in the evening. It's
Fireworks,
like, we could add, put it in the budget. Let's add in the fireworks.
drone show.
My opinion of fireworks.
Don't
This is me.
tempt me with the drone show right now.
My opinion of fireworks is it's a waste of time and money. Personally,
Mm.
I think it's kind of dumb.
You've crossed the line, Scott.
I don't like it.
And I couldn't disagree with him more. Nothing better than an amazing fireworks.
Dear my
I-
heart, I love
I
fireworks.
love just, I'm obviously, that's why we have
As
a
a-
council, right?
Mhm.
We all have our own opinions.
Right.
I like the cultural stuff.
Have you been to a drone show yet?
What?
I
A
went to
drone show?
Vineyards, that was pretty cool.
Was it good?
The
I didn't get to see it.
Those ones are pretty cool.
I'll bet that would
They
be
come up
awesome.
in a formation.
I have videos because I just went to one because I really want to add it onto Orem Fest.
Well, how do we feel about 12 shows? So we'll go from 6 to 12 because that'll give us essentially 2 weeks off.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
go
I
with
think it's
that.
good.
and then we can figure out which one.
Yeah.
You have an
And then
opinion?
go-
See how it goes,
What's that?
and add more next
You have an
year.
opinion?
Well, I'm thinking that I agree with doing some audience analysis a little bit, because if we don't know who's coming, sometimes it's like they say in church, when they're trying to get volunteers for a committee, it's the same 11 people in the ward who do everything in the whole ward.
Mhm.
So maybe it's the same 150, 200 people who are coming to the concert because they're the music lovers in town.
Yeah.
And or maybe we need to. I mean, I think if we had something like Scott is saying, cultural, if we had like a Irish music band with
Yeah.
bagpipes, and then we had a mariachi
Music
band,
spe-
and then we
yeah,
had something
yeah.
that pulled in
Yeah.
different demographic groups from the
Excellent.
town.
Definitely have someone to do
You know.
it.
I'm still working on it. I have a spring event for Jennifer Lamson.
And
Mariachi.
once they come and they see the thing and they see the farmers market and everything, they'll say, "Oh, well, what's next week?" And then they
Yes.
might be interested in what's
Yeah.
next week if
Yes.
it's.
And the next thing about like data analyzing is that you can do it in multiple ways where it's like we're not just wanting to know how many people, but we also want to know their interest, because like you were saying, you might not like the same music as Debbie likes, but we can figure that out in like a survey and a questionnaire to be like, okay, they want more pop bands or they want more green
Yeah, you can
grass.
have a little survey.
Yeah.
I went to all but one of them on Wednesday, and the people who come for the concert bring their chairs, and they've got, and that's easy to count. But then we had a lot of walk-ins and walk-bys,
Yeah.
and that was the advantage, I think, this year of holding it in conjunction with the farmers
Yes.
market.
Yes.
So it's hard to say we had 150 or 200.
Yes.
We could have had 500 different people, but some of them stayed for 10 minutes.
Exactly.
We just need a bunch of ward clerks to come in and stand in the back who are used to counting people on the move, and have them take count,
Yeah.
But if we had some, people with clickers, some interns, some of us go and not only look at the number of people,
Yeah.
but the demographic of the
Yeah.
people. Is this audience like 70% retirees? Is
Well,
this audience,
yeah.
14%, whatever, it's like, I mean, just to have a ballpark thing. I mean,
Yeah.
if someone's coming and doing all Rolling Stone covers, we probably won't get, maybe that's actually my heritage.
That's our-
So that's what I would come and see, but maybe a lot of, kids who don't like that music wouldn't come and see, but.
We played a lot of old man rock and roll this year. Really. That's fine, but mariachi, awesome.
Yeah.
Pipe band, awesome. Some kind of cultural thing where it brings in other cultures from our
That's great.
community.
How about, we could have an Irish step dance group,
Yes,
come
yes.
and do that. And
Yes.
there's a lot of South Pacific people in the
There you
area.
go.
They'll
Yes.
Do something with.
So we're looking at
Exactly.
doing more of entertainment performance rather than just music performance.
I think
That's
so.
the gist.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And
That's
cultural,
easy.
bring in all different cultures, the Hispanic culture, the Polynesian culture, the young culture, the old culture, I think we went heavy on the old man, rock and roll stuff. That was fine. I like it because I am an old man. I like that. Okay, but I don't think there's a lot of other.
No, diversity is good. People can self-select what they like.
Yeah.
Well, and with more, with an extra 6 weeks, we can do more variety. Right?
Yes.
That's good.
I mean, have we ever had a hip hop band come?
Not that I know.
I don't think so.
That'd be cool. Hip hop.
I mean,
Congrats,
is that
come and do
just
hip hop.
sort of culturally verboten that we would have a hip hop band come?
Maybe you.
I don't think it, as long as the
Actually,
lyrics were clean.
yeah.
Is there any
to-
good ones around?
That dance clinic. What's it called?
Jive.
No, the one down
Center stage.
Center Stage. They are ridiculously talented every year at the Dance Under the Stars. It is totally unbelievable.
They did a great job. Yeah.
So I'd say bring them in.
I think it's true. It's entertainment, not just music.
Yeah.
We had the.
But we do want some music so that the
Yes.
atmosphere will
Yes.
be here.
Yeah.
It has to be something with music, but
Yeah.
it can be different entertainment with the music.
Correct.
Last year we had dancers, I can't remember what they're called, Spanish dancers and all. It was-
Oh, yeah.
Flamencos, whatever, flamenco.
Yeah,
That's right, and that was
It was a
awesome.
whole
But-
dance troupe.
but they didn't send in an audition this year. They didn't want to do it. Probably, what were they doing it
They were in Ormfest.
in Orem Fest?
Yeah.
Well, that's it, that was enough. They thought-
Well, the nice thing is you can put out the call for whatever
Thank you.
and then you guys can vet them and
Yeah.
away you go.
Absolutely.
Sounds great.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That was a 25-minute item there.
No, it's 1 and 2 though. See?
Oh, that's 1 and 2. Okay. All right. Okay, so fall concert final discussion.
Yeah, so if we're gonna do a fall concert up in the park, Timpanogos Park, we need to decide basically right now so that we have time to put it together
For next year.
for this year.
This year.
Yeah.
You talking a bluegrass festival or what was
Well, not a festival. It would just
Yeah,
have to
just
be
a
a concert.
What's your budget?
I don't know, a couple thousand.
Yeah, didn't we say like 2,000?
Yeah.
Something like that. And it would be on October 14th and sometime in the evening up at Timpanogos Park.
Oh, I think we should.
Because at our last meeting, we talked about activating that park. We hadn't really done anything up there since the storytelling festival left.
Yeah, yes, let's do it.
So it was it kind of stemmed out of your idea of doing a bluegrass festival
Yeah.
up there, but we can't do that. It's not enough time.
This year,
But
maybe next year.
maybe next
Yeah.
year.
I think
So
country or
then-
bluegrass would be great.
But we just want an arts council event in the fall. And we feel like this is our shot.
Yeah, I think we should, absolutely.
If I can get that contact, so then we can
He
get
does
bands.
he has a bluegrass band
Yeah.
that is the United States, the only one approved by the United States government to go over the whole world, the ambassador band.
Oh,
If
cool.
he could play, that would be simply awesome. They have cloggers and
Oh,
everything.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Does he also do like any kind of like storytelling on top of it? Because I'm also thinking of like Sam Payne, like who was at Orem Fest, who does like his bluegrass band on top of like telling these really fun stories.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be great.
these guys, they talk a little bit, you know,
Yeah,
they talk, but it's not like a storytelling.
that's okay. That's okay. I was just thinking if we had someone like Sam Payne or something like that as well. But I can definitely contact them.
Yeah, he'd be great. If he could
Well,
pull it
Sam's
off.
dad Marvin does the bluegrass festival
Yes.
every year. I think we should facilitate a lot of those
It's
things.
a nighttime concert.
evening, yeah.
Facilitate a lot of these things as an arts council. I remember years ago, someone came to us with a Scottish festival or like a Viking festival kind of a thing, and we said, they were willing to do all the work. We just had to find a place, whether it was Nelson's Grove or whatever, and there wasn't an appetite at the time to kind of host that. But I think it would be better for us to encourage those things in our city where they do a lot of that rather than us try to do a festival, a bluegrass festival or whatever. There's plenty of places. There's Scottish and it was like Newfoundland. Anyway, there was just encouraging those things in our city and giving them parks to do them in and just opening those doors and clearing out some of the red tape for them. I think that would be better to use our energies to encourage others to do that than to try to put on bluegrass festivals, even if we had more time to do that ourselves.
Yeah.
Because then you're actually multiplying your numbers of supporters and people who are allegiant to Orem, and their whole committees
Yeah.
as well, not just us trying to do all
But the
these
concert's fine. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
just
sure.
a concert, yeah.
things. Sure.
That's easy.
The nice thing is it's up the canyon. That's fall foliage time, right?
That's beautiful.
So you can talk
Lean
about
into
come
it.
see the fall foliage, enjoy a bluegrass concert, yada 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 yada. So I think it's
Yeah, we just have to book someone now so then we can get marketing because we are just few weeks.
What was
I'm just wondering if Marvin could help us
Yeah.
put something together up at the Timpanogos Park, because that's Sam's dad, but I mean, in terms of
Oh, cool.
connection
Yeah.
to the bluegrass world, if that's what you're hoping, I mean, he
is
could
gonna-
make all the calls and do it. They do one in conjunction with the Freedom Festival.
Mhm.
I think they did it at Mountain View High, the football
football
stadium
field.
this last
They
year.
had one from the Grand Old Opry come. And it wasn't that well attended for them. I couldn't believe it. They're so good.
But then, yeah, then if our energies are helping to market that and his energies are putting it together, we ought to
Yeah.
ask him.
Mhm.
Who are you talking about, Nate?
Nate,
Yeah.
Nate Keller. Do you think we should talk to him? Nate?
Sure.
I mean, he's
Either one of them, yeah.
both. You talked to both, but Nate Keller is the one I was talking to you about that has the biggest, they are the number one bluegrass band in the country because they're the ones approved to travel all around the whole world.
Cool.
These guys are fantastic.
Yeah. I just worried because if we were gonna pull it off, we do only have like a few weeks of just availability. So the
Yeah.
sooner we can contact them, even if it is today, to see if they have that
What's
night
the date?
available.
October 14th.
Yeah.
On the other end of the musical spectrum, I've always enjoyed and have gone to many, like Symphony Under the Stars kind of thing with classical
Yeah.
music,
Mm-hmm.
and up in that park. And
That would
there's
be
the Utah Valley Youth Symphony Orchestra,
Oh, yeah.
which would bring in lots of parents and
Yeah.
families and all kind of stuff, and they probably like all rehearsed and ready to go. If they have an opening in their calendar, maybe they would be interested in coming up. And
Yeah.
they're usually responsible for coming and setting up their chairs and their stuff, and I guess we probably need a sound system for them. But
Oh, I see what you're
it's like bring your chairs, bring a blanket, bring a meal, sit out under the stars and listen to some
Symphony's always nice.
some symphonies. And some,
You
Yeah,
could
that's
also
different
Talk
than
to
what we've
Nate,
done.
he's the
Yeah.
chair of the
Yeah.
Utah Valley Symphony.
what's that?
Nate Keller is also the chair of the board of the
Really?
Utah Valley
That's cool.
Symphony.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nate's the guy to talk
But-
to.
Yeah, talk to him and see what's the.
Right.
But
Hi,
if
Nate.
if we could have the Utah Valley Symphony up there, you're adding double the sound to make them sound good outside. But I think the symphony up in that park.
I mean,
would
that
be
park
great.
is pretty much in a bowl,
Yeah.
so that would help. But
Yeah.
you're right,
Well, it's not
we
this
would
year
need a good
next,
sound
it's something we
system.
could definitely
yeah,
look
that's
at.
my only concern is trying to make sure if we're gonna pull it off this year, we need to get the performer.
Yeah, let's just
But
have
if we
whatever.
can't get the performer, then we're gonna have to
Yeah,
push it to
But
next
for the
year.
future, that sounds great.
Nate will be the best one and Nate and Marvin,
Cool.
because they're like ready to go, it seems like.
All the time.
Yeah, they're
That'd
like
be
locked
great.
and loaded all the time. You call them and say, we've got this opportunity, one of those two is gonna probably jump.
Grab
Or
on it.
maybe both, You bring in Marvin to do something with them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can park this for a second, and then after the meeting, we could call Nate and just see if that date
Yeah.
is even something.
Sure thing.
That
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, we can go to the next one, I guess.
State art grant.
Yeah, so these two are together: winter options and state arts grant ideas. So the money that this commission usually gets from the state has been delayed. Usually we get it in time for the summer concert series, and we use that money to pay for the summer concert series. Well, they revamped the program, and so now we're kind of getting it late and in the winter, and so we need to come up with some ways to spend it. And what we applied for was to put on community concerts
So what's our time frame? We have to spend it
by July 1st.
Okay, and we get it in like October?
Yeah,
November?
coming soon,
Is there
soonish.
a reason we can't do it in our library auditorium?
We could. That's what I was thinking. Because we don't really have anything planned for the winter. But I know, our last meeting we talked about doing something more than concerts. We're turning into like a concert committee or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that's good. Just like what we do in the park, bring in the acting up kids, bring in.
How much money was the grant?
so usually we get 8,000, but we'll probably get less this year. Probably
So
somewhere around
6?
five or six.
You do quite a bit with that.
And how many
Yeah.
concerts do you hope to have? 5, 6?
There's no limit.
Is there any way this group could work in tandem with the Lights On group and do something a little bit bigger from an entertainment perspective for Lights On?
What's that
That's
again?
me. I'm lights on.
I mean,
That's
we've
turning
always
lights
just
on.
struggled,
So
we've
we're
had
turning
little
on Christmas
school
lights.
choirs and Miss Orem, if that applies, but
Yeah.
it would just be nice to have a bigger draw for
Yeah.
entertainment and maybe
Yeah.
use some of that.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Karina,
know
you
that
wanna-
we're talking about doing something at the Bastions, but I really think we should keep it at this
Yeah.
address.
Bring us up to speed, Karina, where we're at.
Okay, here is where we are at with lights on. So we are going to be moving all of it over to the city center park. We are going to be lighting, because how it's like a natural circle with the sidewalks. We're going to be lighting the entire path,
Yes.
all those
Great.
trees. Because my vision is I want to be the new winter wonderland of Utah County, where everyone comes here, everyone wants to, walk around this path.
Yeah.
We are also which is the same people that do the markets, the summer markets, farmer markets. We are going to be doing a Christmas market in
Right on.
December. So Lights On is November 27th, which we will have performances. It's from 5 to 8 p.m. So we're gonna have a couple performances, and then we'll have a ceremony where I'll have city council and the mayor standing up, and we do a countdown, and we light up the entire park.
Now that's a good place to do fireworks.
Yeah.
You turn on the lights and you just.
Yes,
use fireworks.
exactly.
And then as the ashes settle, there's this guy in the background.
Well, the whole point is the whole wow is going to be when we turn on the lights, and then we also, the city has a train. So we will be doing a train that will be going around.
Does
the
it come
park.
in?
All year?
Couple weeks.
Oh, just
We're
for that
close.
event, but we do have it all year.
You guys know
I'll be
about
in
this,
charge
it's a
of the
new train that's,
Should keep it up.
Yeah, we're gonna be
It's
using
not
it.
on a track
Summer,
anymore.
we'll be
Is
using
it
it.
you can just go to different
Trackless or-
parks.
Trackless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a
So
new train that we can move.
we have that first
Nathan.
lights on ceremony, and then
Nathan.
it's the
Nathan.
3 Saturdays that are in December. We
That's
will
for
be
you.
doing a Christmas market from noon to 8 every single Saturday.
Awesome.
Which is where we can have these concerts and performances on those Saturdays.
I did not know about this. This is.
Oh yeah, no one knows about it. It's actually
Top secret.
top secret right now. So,
It's known now to the public.
well, yeah, we're
We
gonna be
will.
we will make
You
it
had more
known.
lights on meetings?
Sorry,
You had more lights on meetings?
no.
since that first
So
one?
we've had that first one, and then there's just been lights on meetings pertaining just to the lights, and so it's just me working with Parks and Ryan Clark and budgets and all that stuff. But then me, and Pete, met with the farmer market, Shelley, and so we got them, and then that's how far we've gotten.
Here's your arts council.
Oh
Thank
my
you, sir.
gosh, we got Arts Council
Yeah.
shirts.
So that's how far we've gotten. So then that's why I said we wanted to come to the. That's why I've
Good
essentially
job.
joined the Art City Council, is because like we have all these Orem City events that I know that
You connect.
we can connect.
Well, I guess the question goes to you
So
then.
you already have the performers?
No, we only have one performance group so far.
Well, do you want to
Okay.
spend some of our budget on this, or do you want to use those concert monies for more in the middle of dead of winter when it's nothing's going on? I mean, I
I
guess
think-
that's my question.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could split it out because Lights On has some budget, of its own, and we can chip in, whatever we need to for the entertainment or whatever.
I say do both.
Yeah, let's see what you need
From
from like
a performance.
the performance.
aspect.
Yeah, knowing that we can maybe do more than just a little.
Sounds
school.
like you got the ceremony performance done.
No,
So you're
because
talking about the 3 Saturdays after.
it's gonna be the 3 Saturdays. I only have one performance. I would want to get 3 within
So,
the
does that
5
cover
to
this?
8 hours.
Um,
And I
almost.
only have
She's
one
almost
right
done.
now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, is this,
I want to get like,
Yeah.
that's the.
but I'm focusing on trying to get more.
So
of
we
a
don't need to
choir.
talk about more
I
arts.
would love to
is what
get a
I'm saying.
choir, and then the performance that we booked. What are they called?
Sound check.
Sound check. They are I'm just blanking out.
Barbershop quartet.
Barbershop.
Oh, that-
Do you know Sound check?
I do know, Sam.
They're good, huh?
So they're gonna be from 7 to 8. So they're my later slot, and so I'm wanting to fill in
On
the
the
next
20th.
year. 7th.
That's
So
it.
the Monday
That's-
after
Well,
Thanksgiving.
can we just say here, we have money if you need it. If you don't need it,
Do.
we'll use them for winter concerts
Yeah.
in January,
Yeah.
February.
And the library has a whole host of things that they're hosting, so we can help promote that as well. So
So I guess it's just more further discussion of like if we wanted to add it onto the Christmas market and have performances during then, or if we want to do something that's more January to February where it's a little bit more dull and
Both.
dead.
yeah,
I'd
But
say
if we
both.
have the budget, we can definitely.
I like your idea of doing things inside.
yeah, absolutely,
That's why, yeah.
yeah,
Well, when it's cold, you can't do it outside.
right.
No. But this is not too cold. It might be canceled if snowing or rain.
Yeah,
But
and that's a risk we're willing to
everyone-
take
yeah.
because no one else really. Provo does Christmas market one time during the winter, but we
Oh.
want to have it multiple times.
Our
so that
makers
people-
market is the 8th, I believe, that second Saturday.
Oh,
Okay.
it is? Oh,
That's fine.
guess people can do both.
Hit 'em up, but yeah,
I
Hit 'em
do
up?
both.
yeah.
The 8th and 9th,
I think that's great.
What is that? Makers market?
makers market.
What is that?
We do it every year. It's just all handmade, handcrafted.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's not really a farmer's market. It's more of a.
Makers,
It's really
but it's
good.
perfect time for the season because
Yeah.
people want like
Yeah.
those.
It's a good place to get Christmas gifts and stuff.
So, you're looking, how many farmers market people do you have coming? I mean, they're already harvested all their stuff, so it's like the people that are selling the honey and whatnot, or who's coming?
Yeah.
So that's up to when we talked with Shelly, and then can you remember what her husband's name is?
So his name's Kelly, and
Oh, he's Kelly.
Kelly, yeah.
Oh
He's
crap.
the guy that runs the farmers market?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
husband wife combo.
Yeah.
Her name's Jess,
Dang it, I'm
and
sorry.
it's all right. So basically, it'd be like the artisan people, like the bread makers, the honey,
Yeah.
the honey farmers.
We've
Yeah.
asked them to narrow down because they have their own whole application to focus more on gifts and Christmas,
Mhm.
and so they are going to be the ones that are doing that screening.
I
So
think that's
not
great.
so not food.
No, it'll
There'll be
be.
food. There'll
Okay.
definitely be food.
I've just been to some of these traveling Christmas markets. Like I went to one in Chicago and whatever, and they have like, German, they have like
Mm, yeah.
knockwurst and stuff like that, and
That's so cool,
strudel
yeah.
Yeah.
and really delicious foods that are culturally appropriate to
For the
Christmas.
Mhm.
holiday season.
I don't know if there's access to getting people in the area to do that kind of stuff. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can definitely, we've had that discussion with them to really focus on that. And when they decide, because we'll know who they are hiring for the market, we can try to throw that in. But
Yeah.
the
A
only
chili
thing,
contest?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, Orem City will provide hot cocoa, so that's the only thing that's.
Oh, to everyone or for
Mhm.
free?
Yeah, like for 300 people,
Yeah.
or whatever we think the numbers will be. Because usually for lights on, we get between 300 and 400.
Maybe it's gonna grow.
Yeah,
Because you guys,
We hope.
what we're doing is gonna track you.
It is going to grow.
Yeah,
With lighting the entire park that
and
We're
food
hoping
trucks
to
and
grow it.
farmers market, it's gonna
and
grow.
performance.
Free train rides. It's going to be awesome.
Free train ride. It's going to be
Awesome.
so fun.
Great. Orem's getting on the map.
Can we get? How are you going to be advertising that?
We haven't gone into advertising yet, just because
Mm-hmm.
we're narrowing down the logistics right now, and also just the lights. But just.
I'm just
how
wondering if
else
you
will
get
we
some
do?
because it might be hard for people to visualize the park
Mhm.
all lit up. If there was like a CGI photo or something like that of the park
Good
looking
idea.
looking fabulous and
Yeah,
with lights and all that kind of stuff, maybe
That would be a.
something
Well,
like that.
Well, people will get a sneak preview because they work through the night, to get
Yeah.
the lights up, and so people driving by will see it. And
Yeah.
we'll put a sign out there,
We'll
and
still
we can do
have
some
these
stuff on the
trees
billboard.
lit
Yeah.
up over here as
Right.
well. So yeah, it will be but that's a good idea is market it.
Yeah,
But you'll have it in the Orem newsletter.
it'll be in the newsletter,
Yes.
be on social media, be on the
Social media.
website. We'll do videos about it. We'll do everything.
You gotta do all that, and you take you can get, maybe we go from 300 to 600 this year,
Mhm.
and then people talk about it all year.
Oh yeah,
Oh
And then
yeah.
next year it's gonna be twice as big, but you gotta start somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
And we're also hoping that, we are gonna be lighting up the trees that are around, but our goal in the future is to have the entire park lit up.
And it's gonna be lit up all Christmas season, you turn on every night, people can walk through, it's gonna be winter wonderland.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. Well, kind of, but not like all of it.
All right,
So we're excited.
yeah, I think that's excellent. So maybe Nate Keller will have, you auditioned a lot of people
Mhm.
for the farmer's market, just pick 2 more of those, just call them and say, hey, would you like to do a Christmas one?
Yeah.
Or get a choir, I think a choir singing Christmas music. is awesome.
Well, there's a lot of groups that just specialize in Christmas music. There's
Right.
like the Dickens Carolers, and there's that
Yes.
handbell group.
Yes,
So we can do stuff like that. It'd
Yeah.
be very seasonal.
handbell group in the cold though, I don't know what they'll do,
Yeah, I have no
we'll
idea.
see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, choirs for
I
sure.
think I was part of that.
Oh, were you that came for Lights On? Because we've had them before out here on.
It's been 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's again we just need to narrow down if we want these performances in the winter to be indoor versus at the markets.
Well, we do the
If we
ones,
do both.
we do the ones in the winter, like you're saying, the 3 with the market,
Mhm.
and then after that, after Christmas, you just do them indoors till like.
What's the budget do we have to do winter? Like how many performances could we do?
Just whatever we can use the grant for. Yeah, we don't know how much we're gonna get, but
Oh, but you said around like 5,000.
Yeah.
So we could do 6.
Well, if you're only paying $300, you can do like 10
That's true.
or more.
yeah. Yeah, it just depends on. I mean, I feel like we'll probably want to do concerts because that's what we asked for this concert money. So we can work on that.
We can work on
Yeah, but I love this lights on stuff. I think this is
Oh,
Yeah.
takes it to the next level.
It does.
Yeah.
So
that. Yeah.
with the winter concert series, I think we should do it just like the summer.
Mhm.
One night every week. We know we're gonna have a concert.
Oh, interesting.
You know, so we do it on Wednesday nights again because that's what everyone is used to. So every Wednesday night, come here. You know, there's gonna be a concert, and it's gonna be through January, February, and March. You know what I mean? And that's
Orange
gets us
City is
through
just
the.
gonna be
That's a lot of concert city.
Boston City, USA.
That's right.
But it
It's only 12 more concerts.
That's right. Just add on. You know, what's 12
I
more?
know, after free concert, and then you got a when you come.
You use
God,
the
it
F
sounds like
word.
we're doing.
I think if we establish like maybe the second Wednesday of the month,
Yeah, for
you
winter.
know, something like that, so people know when it is.
Because the library has a lot going on too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we don't want to take over.
Yeah,
But when did they have their things?
they're really heavy leading up to Christmas. Like there's
So
just like
heavy.
stacked in December. And one of the things we're trying to do with Lights On and with our Christmas market is say, hey, come for the Christmas market, and then when you're done shopping, go over to the concert at Library Hall because we want these all to kind of work together. Yeah.
Well, you mean just those three? We were doing only three market things,
Mhm.
and then that same night But I thought we were going to have a concert at the stage there too.
Yeah. So I mean, that's like to add atmosphere to the market.
Competition.
Yeah. Not really because
No.
it's all planned to work into together.
Yeah, and we've been meeting with the library to make sure it's cohesive and that's where we can work together, where we still have things going on, but then we're encouraging them to go to the library. The library is encouraging them to come to Lights On, so.
Can you give me a quick update? Sorry,
No, you're
that
good.
was something I do, but I have to report on city council on.
Yeah.
So what did you just decide about winter concerts here?
We're gonna look into it. We're definitely doing the Lights On stuff,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna work with the library to find maybe some dates that the Arts
Would
Council
work.
could host a concert
So
or two.
couple, 2, 3. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I would say the only thing that makes me nervous, which we can switch for next year, is hopping onto their schedule early on. 'Cause I think
Yeah.
we might be too late to hop on library schedule for at least December. And I'll double check on that, but
Well, I'm not worried about December.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more. When you say winter, to me that doesn't scream Christmas.
January,
That's
February.
Yeah, January.
when
So-
it's boring.
Yeah.
so you're
Yeah.
saying like every other Wednesday, which I think would be a good start.
So Wednesdays in January, February.
March.
So you're talking 6 or 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
Concert City USA.
Concert City USA.
Okay.
I will quote
Quote
you.
that. That we would like to be Concert City USA. Honestly, they're gonna get their big starts here.
Yeah. People are gonna learn how to.
I was
From
thinking
here.
a little bit free, but honestly, like that is like the best four-letter word for so many people.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is what people want.
Free concert.
Free
Absolutely. Everything's free.
Okay,
So
thank you.
we doing that?
Yeah, we're good with that.
Okay, so art ambassador discussion.
Yeah, so this is something that Bren asked me about, Adam, that I think came from a conversation that you and he had about the Arts Council being art ambassadors. I was just curious what you kind of had in mind or what we could start working on in regards to that.
This is a pretty big philosophical discussion, and this today is kind of proof of that. I mean, for years, this organization, this group was not a presenting council, right?
No.
And so it was more of we have the Utah Valley Symphony, we have the Utah Metropolitan Ballet, we have the Ciro, we have the Hale, we have the storytelling, we have all these things. And it was more of how can we be supportive of what's going on in our city, both ourselves with our bodies and families, but also to get the word out as an arts council and to advocate and to publicize and to put our energies into making what we have successful. As we become Concert City USA for free, we have to remember there's other organizations that are trying to do that for money.
Right.
And so that becomes a whole philosophical thing of how big is the concert appetite for our citizens in terms of if they can get everything for free, then why would they support organizations that do it to sustain themselves?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I think
I
that's,
think there's a balance. I see
there
what
is
you're
a
saying.
there is a balance, but it's kind of it is a bigger philosophical discussion here because, like I said, before the Arts Council, we were an Arts Commission, then we made it a council. But anyway, the whole point was, are we a presenting council? Because if you look across the county, you see a lot of those because they don't have a CIRA or a Hale or a symphony or ballet in their city. They or major university, they are it. Whatever happens in the city, they do it. That's not Orem. And so what is that neutral ground, or if you will, or that middle area of what can we do to wear these shirts and show up with our name tags or whatever and say, we're here to support opening night and closing night and the concert series that, CIRA has, for example, versus everyone come to what we're producing, 12 times a year or whatever. So it's just kind of and this is all part of a much bigger discussion that Brennan and I have been having for quite some time about Library Hall and a bunch of other things, but how much do we want this group? What is this group's bandwidth in terms of producing events and promoting events versus supporting what's being done already in our community and making it more successful and better? So and I think there is a middle ground, and anyway, arts councils in cities, and I can point out some cities because I've gone and consulted with some of them, that whatever, if they don't do it, it doesn't happen in their city.
Right.
The arts council's it, whether it's a walk the block or chalk the block or an art stroll or whatever it is they're doing it because if they don't, no one will. We do have organizations in a lot. I mean, just look at the CARE recipient list.
Yeah.
Right? So what can the Orem Arts Council do to support that Orem CARE grant recipient list and buoy them up and make them successful and advocate for them and be an ambassador, even if it's we sit in this meeting and 2 or 3 of us are committed, just like we do for stage time or MC time, to go to opening night or closing night and do things. I just look at CIRA, for example. Every month we have a different art exhibit in Gallery 101, and it has a reception. Every show has a reception. Rarely do we have an arts council member there.
Yeah.
Every show we do has an opening night and a closing night. Same thing. We some of you have come to the receptions for the concerts that we do, and that sort of thing, and come to the Shell and that sort of thing. But I think, and CIRA is just one organization. There's a whole list of CARE grant recipients that I think, if you ask them, what does the Arts Council do, what would they say? Right? And what do we want them to say? And I think that's a discussion I think we need to have as a group is, do they know that we support them and how we can support them and what we can do for them? Or will most of them just say, I didn't know we had an Arts Council, and what do they do?
Yeah. I have to go to another meeting, but I remember at one point, we're gonna have a what's happening in Orem website that all of the organizations were gonna be, and I don't know.
That went a wayside with Now Playing Utah, and we had this discussion with Shar because we started that, but Now Playing Utah is trying to do that for the state,
Okay.
and it just
To me, it seems like if I wanna find out what's going on, I usually go to Utah Valley Visitor Center. That's where I go first to see what's going on, and then I look at the city, but.
and they'll give you Thanksgiving Point and Sundance.
Yeah. And I gotta go, but what I would tell you is this, I don't think we don't have the bandwidth to do a bunch of events. A concert, I think, is our bandwidth, don't you guys feel?
I don't know. It's philosophically is what we gotta talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can take this point of view of the more art, the better, because that gives people the appetite, they want more. And then you get people coming in from UVU and BYU, possibly. We just don't know.
Yeah,
Is because like up in Logan, they got a huge bandwidth of cultural things, and it's well attended.
I think it's how you diversify that too.
Yeah.
Do you
You know
guys
what I mean?
want to ever have like a retreat where you actually go and sit and you spend it like a Saturday morning or afternoon where you actually spend some time talking mission, talking philosophy? I mean, I think 1 hour is not enough to really, I mean, this is my
In
opinion.
Hawaii.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Hawaii, I'm okay.
I mean, no,
I say Hawaii.
Absolutely. You're
Well,
ready for it. You got the
and
shirt on
maybe,
there.
maybe it's the beginning of the year, or maybe it's a fiscal year. Like I said, I'll be off council, but I would say, I love the idea of arts for all ages, right?
Yeah.
Young and old and everything in between. We don't wanna compete in the sense where they lose money, but I also think that it's important that we provide opportunities, because not everyone can afford stuff, right?
Right.
I'm someone that, I can afford, and I'm a season ticket holder. I can do all of it, right? But that's because my kids are raised and I have more.
So many young.
Well, yeah, it's just a whole philosophical thing.
thing.
Even if we ask the Utah Valley Symphony to do a concert for us up in the park, and we're gonna offer it for free, and we're gonna market the heck out of it, and they're trying to sell their season and their events too,
Yeah.
right? So, and how many people go to Costco on Saturday and get all the samples, you know, at every aisle, they get a different sample, and then actually go out to lunch after, you know, and so it's really kind of a,
Okay.
what
You let me know
what do we
Thank
want to do and how do we want to do it, and what does it complement or compete,
Yeah.
right? And so it's not just Orem City with library, and does it compete, but does it compete with other things that are going on, and can we play a bigger role in supporting that? And I don't know if I said art ambassador, if that's Bryn's, but just that idea of, you know, hey, who's going to the Hills opening night of, you know, Clue, or who's going to go to closing night, and make sure they know we're there and that we're supporting them, and we're from the Orem Arts Council, and we're, you know, all these kinds of things, right? And I think we could be a much more substantial, recognizable, appreciated organization here
Yeah.
if we were more worried about what people are doing and how we can support them than just more things, you know, more stuff. And anyway, that's just my 2 cents. So.
Say balance, you're right. It's a philosophical balance that we have to talk about. I don't mind a retreat. You won't find one. Okay.
Well, I was thinking maybe for our next meeting,
I was
that's
gonna
our.
say, I was
our-
gonna move to close the meeting, and we'll establish this as one of our major agenda items for next month. We're not gonna meet again until November, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so the October concert will be over, and maybe we need to think about how are we gonna have some communication before the October concert, and what we need, if there's things we need to do, or
Yeah.
you know, just information we need to have, or you know.
An email.
Yeah, we can do it through email. Or,
Well, and that's
Yeah.
something to think about. We moved to every other month because we just simply weren't doing enough to justify every
I
month.
think we should meet every month.
And
More
and
pizza.
so there-
I agree.
you know, so we don't have to go every other month.
I mean, when I came into today, it was like, I haven't been here for like an age and a half. What's going on?
I think I go to every month.
And if you
Okay.
miss one meeting, you're really out of the, you know, by the next one.
that's true.
Okay, well,
Well, let's-
can we do that? Can
Yeah.
we just say,
Should we schedule an October?
Peter
meeting?
will set up a schedule for October, and we'll make this discussion the agenda item.
Yeah.
And then we'll have we have other things coming up for the winter that we can make on our November agenda. We'll talk about that, and I'm sure there'll be carryover from the October meeting. Anybody have any objections to that?
I think it's good. Better idea to meet every month. Every 2 months, it's like all this stuff has already happened. You know.
Yeah. I mean, the whole concert series happened in between meetings.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of moved to this because our anchors were, one meeting would be planning the summer things, another would be the art show in the library. You know, we kind of had our 3 or 4 things, and the art boxes, you know, was an ongoing thing, which I think needs to continue to be on our agenda too. But we changed our meeting schedule to meet our workload, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Well, that sounds good. just before we head out, please read this, and we'll talk about it at the October meeting. Somebody approached the mayor about a community choir, and they have a little bit of a proposal here. And the mayor was
This is a
interested.
proposal, not a
Yeah.
fait accompli.
Yes, the mayor was interested in the Arts Council's opinion. If this is something we feel like we could support, he's just interested in knowing your thoughts on it.
Okay,
So read through it, and we'll
Great.
talk about it in October.
nice. So you're gonna send us an email, let us know
Here you
what
have
it is and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, and I have an extra one.
We all have one.
So you're gonna send us
Lights on meetings?
the info of what it is?
Yeah.
Let's keep
Yes.
an eye open for it.
Currently the lights on meetings are just focused on the lights, like I was just saying, but,
Okay.
we will start having more lights on meetings and narrowing down.
Because they have new management over at Trio, and I think they would jump on our committee again. I don't know if they might do hot chocolate again, or. do
Yeah, that'd be-
I haven't
donuts.
called them, it's
Be
on my
great.
to-do.
But I met with them about Sarah's stuff, and I said,
Okay.
oh, you guys are always on the committee, and they're like, what is that? I said, oh, they'll be contacting you.
Yeah,
So they were a staple along with the mortuary and some of the others, if, if
okay,
that could help with hot chocolate.
yeah,
Trina, would you invite us to those lights on meetings? I'd like to know.
yeah, let me definitely, get that scheduled. Yeah,
And send
let
us
me-
all an email.
Yeah, especially Pete, if we're gonna get, Art City Council to be supporting the lights on,
Hmm.
it's appropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And there could be subcommittees, because not necessarily that we need to be involved with like the lighting of the trees or
Yeah.
the train or whatever.
That's
But
the thing, I was
when it
like,
comes to
it's gonna be
entertainment,
so-
art, like we can focus on those
Are you
things.
gonna use your
Yeah.
sound group for this?
For this, yeah, that was the,
Both cities.
I mean, cause I didn't know that this was gonna be an option, but yeah, that was our initial thought, was to have library be the one that's supporting and bringing out the sound.
They're the ones that do the farmers markets, concerts.
Library does?
I don't know who.
Who does the farmers markets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, it's a good enough sound system.
Hmm.
Yeah,
He gets the
no,
job done.
And they do a great job. Mike does an amazing job, and he's great to work with too. So yeah, I think there will definitely be the subcommittees. I will get something on you guys' calendar if you are interested in, so that we can talk more about performance and everything like that.
Yeah. And call, do you have a Marvin Payne?
Do you want one of these shirts?
I do not. Can I get that
It's,
as well?
If I have it.
Did we still
Arts
wanna try
Council
to
polo.
call
What size are you?
Nate?
Yeah.
Fat man.
I'll make-
My guys
Wait, this is an
won't be
XL.
Sad,
I'll
but
take
we're not
All right.
doing the sound system, they'll actually be
Oh, you have done
for
it?
lights on.
Oh, lights on.
Ah, this is my first lights on, so I
I
don't
think that's
know.
great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Great sound system. I have an issue with that. I've worked with that sound system.
And
The library sound
I
system.
guess I don't have it.
That's okay. I can call Nate.
Nate will have it.
Yeah, and see if he has it as well.
Have what?
Marvin's contact info.
Okay.
Are you gonna call Nate though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trina
I-
is.
Yeah, I can call if we
You
wanted to
call.
call right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right, we're gonna call him, I forgot.
Yeah, let's give him a call.
All right, so I go ahead and give him on.
234.
I must go.
All right, we won't hold you up any longer.
2, 3, 4.
285.
Peter, do you know Byron Ray, Bryson Gay?
I've never met him.
You get that in your contact,
Um,
share that with me.
This is just
Yeah.
he just
If we know if we've seen